Dear friends, English literature, Elizabethan and Jacobean drama, Dr. Faustus by Christopher Marlowe, short questions with answers. Short questions 25 to 31. Question 25. How does Faustus harass the Pope? Answer. Marlowe depicts the Pope as cruel, power-mad, and far from holy. Faustus plays some cheap tricks on him. When Mephistopheles and Faustus prepare to go into the Pope's chamber, Mephistopheles makes Faustus invisible. The Pope and a group of friars are at a feast in a company of the Cardinal of Lorraine. Faustus plays tricks on them by snatching plates and cups from them. Finally, Faustus boxes the Pope on the ear. When the friars who are accompanying the Pope begin to sing a dirge to remove the evil spirit that seems to be present, Mephistopheles and Faustus begin to beat the friars and fling some fireworks among them. The scene with the Pope must be viewed as a snavistic comedy, which would appeal to the lowly element of the audience in Marlowe's days. As Faustus snatches cups away and boxes the Pope on the ear, the audience in Marlowe's day would be delighted by this satire against the Pope and the friars. The dirge that the friars sing is also ridiculous and parodies a Roman Catholic chant. One possible explanation of Faustus' behavior is that the Pope is the highest symbol of the Roman Catholic Church and that Faustus, as a disciple of the devil, is the enemy of the Church. By his harassment of the Pope, therefore, he merely reveals his anti-religious and anti-Christian attitude. Question 26. What does the horse courser do when and what warning does Faustus give him? Answer. When Faustus wants to walk on foot through the lonely green spot, the horse dealer wishes to buy his horse. He offers $40 for Faustus's horse, but Faustus demands $50. The dealer pleads that he has only $40, and Faustus then sells his horse for $40. Faustus warns the horse courser that he must never ride the horse into water under any circumstances. But the horse dealer, instead of acting on Faustus's instructions, thought that the horse had some rare quality which Faustus did not want him to know, and so he intentionally rode the horse into water. As soon as the horse dealer reached the middle of the pond, the horse disappeared, and the horse dealer found himself sitting on a bundle of hay about to be drowned. Thus the horse dealer loses his horse, but from Dr. Faustus. Question 27. How does Faustus get rid of the horse dealer? Answer. Faustus gets rid of the horse dealer with the help of his magic. After losing his horse, the horse dealer returns in a great fluster and accuses Faustus of cheating him. Mephistopheles cautions the horse courser to be quiet because Faustus has just fallen asleep for first time in 8 days. The horse courser pulls on Faustus' legs, acquaints him, and demands that Faustus pay him back his money. But when the horse dealer pulls Faustus' leg, it separated from his body and comes off in the hand of the horse dealer. He is astounded. Faustus screams as if in pain, and Mephistopheles threatens to take the man to the constable. The horse dealer promises that he will pay $40 more if they let him go, and Mephistopheles tells him to go away. After the man is gone, Faustus seems to be fine. He has his leg again and seems to have been playing a few tricks to swindle the boy out of money. Question 28. What is legend? Answer. A legend is a story which is founded on fact, but which also contains imaginative material. Originally, legends were the stories of the life of saints, which were read aloud in church. Later, the term extended to include stories of marvelous characters. The meaning of the term are description beneath an illustration, the explanation of the symbol on a map, a story which lies somewhere between myth and historical fact. Outstanding examples of legends are King Arthur, Robin Hood, Cleopatra, Medea, Lucrece, Lucrece, Philomela, etc. Question 29. What do you know about Faustus legend? Answer. Christopher Marlowe has based his Dr. Faustus on the German legend as found in the English Faust book. In German legend, it is found that in the early 16th century, there were various tales of magicians. Dr. John Faust performed marvels with the help of the evil one and practiced the black art. There seems to be very little doubt that stories here of this name really existed. But the fact of his life had been lost amid the legends gathered about him. He was represented as a charlatan who traveled from place to place in Germany, living by his wits and claiming to be a physician, alchemist, and astrologer, and a great magician. He is said to be born at Nittlinger in Wurtemberg, at Rode near Weimar. His parents were poor, but with the help of his rich uncle, he became able to study medicine and magic at Krakow. He surrendered his soul to Lucifer to live a voluptuous life of 24 years, but after the expiry of the period, the devil's disciples appeared amidst thunder and lightning to snatch away his soul to hell for eternal damnation. Question 30. What is morality play? Answer. The morality was one of the early forms of drama. It developed out of the mystery and miracle plays and flourished during the Middle Ages, attaining much popularity in the first half of the 15th century. In a morality play, characters are generally personified virtues, vices, or mental attributes. The name of this type of play is generally the struggle between vice and virtue. Its structure was always loose and the plot centered around the main character, allowing very little scope to minor figures. The purpose of this play was religious and ethical teaching. The most notable example of morality play is Everyman, in which, when the little character is summoned by death, he finds that only good deeds, though weak from his respect, will accompany him on his journey towards judgment. Question 31. Describe Dr. Faustus as a morality play. Answer. Dr. Faustus is a morality play. At the beginning of the play, Faustus desired to observe the scriptures, the Trinity, and Christ. He is ready to sacrifice God, religion, and Christ to gain superhuman power by mastering the unholy art of magic. Faustus sells his soul to the devil and lives a blasphemous life full of sensual pleasure just for 24 years. But he was at war with himself. An acute struggle between good and evil rages in his soul. His soul is torn between the two ends, religion and the denial of God. The characters of morality plays are allegorical. They are personified as abstractions of vices or virtues. In Dr. Faustus, the good and evil angels represent the paths of virtue and sin and damnation, respectively. The old man symbolizes the forces of righteousness and morality. Here, Helen symbolizes sensual pleasures of life which lead to despair and damnation. There are also 7 deadly sins to cheer up the despairing soul of Faustus. The chief aim of a morality play was didactic, and Dr. Faustus bears a moral sermon that whoever discards the path of virtue and abjures faith in God and Christ is destined to despair and eternal damnation. Thus, Dr. Faustus has linked with morality plays. Thank you, friends, for watching my video.